So this guy out of uh, all the anxiety, he first of all he was very shocked on how this old person is knowing about his last dream. So before he tried to ask him more questions, this old man disappears in the crowd. So he thought that first of all he has to look after his ships. So what he thought is, he plans to sell all his ships. He wants to give a try. He wants to go to the desert place and see what is there actually. So he might also, he also thought that his dream might come true of getting that gold mines. So he plans to sell all his ships to his close friend and takes up that money and tries to go to a place he can board a ship to cross the river in between and go to the desert place. So by the time he goes to that uh, bank of the river, he wanted to, he was very hungry, and he wanted to have a meal before he board the ship. So he goes to a place hotel. There he orders something to eat. By that time, he was getting familiar with the waiter. So waiter asks him where he is going and about all the background. So he, without any intention, he tries to tell all the things happened in the last 2 days to him. So this guy, waiter, also asked him, "You should go to this place and see if your dream is coming true." So this waiter tries to be nice to him, but unfortunately, he steals all his money and left him alone. So this guy, this shepherd was little bit worried and downhearted, but with some courage, he tries to make up his mind, and he wanted to move forward. And when he tries to move forward, he doesn't have money to board the ship. So what does is, he works for a shop there, in the one of the old glass shops, where this guy, actually this shop doesn't get much of the people. So because it is located on the hilltop, and most of the market is in the lowest hill, on the foot of the hill. Most of the market and most of the people only visit foot of the hill, but not on the top of the hill. So this particular shop is only at the top of the hill, but most people come and climb the trek the mountain, but don't shop at this shop. So what this guy does is, he wanted to work with him, and he wanted to be a partner with this shop guy, so that he can earn money faster and board the ship and go to the desert. And this the owner of the shop, he don't want to hire this person because he himself is not able to make the daily needs, because his business was not running. So he insisted him, he cannot pay the salary, but if he this guy wants, he can stay there and work for him. So this guy makes an agreement. So instead of paying me a salary, just give me the partnership of the deal that I make with the people. So yeah, he started selling tea in his shop, because most of the people trek the mountain but don't shop. But when the people trek the mountain, they want to have a tea because the climate will be cold there. So with that, he started selling uh, tea in the glass where this can someone go on mute, please? Yeah, thank you. So this guy uses these beautiful glasses from the from their own shop to sell the tea. So by the time these customers taste the tea, they also wanted to buy these glasses as well. So by which they try to create some more revenue, and this guy implement many more ideas to earn faster. So after he decides he got enough money from this business, so he plans to move ahead. So he board the ship and crosses the river and lands to that desert. And by the time he land into the desert, again one more thing happens. So uh, there are desert thieves we have, right? So these thieves attack these guys. So they again rob this guy. They don't have any money. This guy don't have any money now. So he is in search. So he just moves on. He walks in the desert, and there he find a community of people who lives in the desert, and they just uh, try to survive there with their own community and tribe. So he finds he wants to he connects with one of the people, older people in that community, and he comes to an agreement to I mean they allowed this guy to be part of their community for few days until this guy can survive. And also there will be a windstorm coming in few of the days. So these community guys allowed him to stay until this windstorm completes. So this guy stays with that community, and he was also this old person is actually a alchemist. The alchemist is the meaning of alchemist is they can turn anything into gold. So with the chemicals they have, they can, with the experiments they have, they can turn anything into gold. So this alchemist is a very senior person, and very matured and knowledgeable person. So he asked him to travel along with him. So this alchemist also comes to know about this guy with his prior knowledge that this particular guy is going to come from other part of the river, and he will be in search of the gold. So this particular alchemist helped this guy to reach to that uh, uh, gold mine where this boy dreamed of. So he also finds his love in this journey. So just to keep, just to cut the story short, I know most of you might got bored with all this narration. So the moral of the story is you must never give up on your dreams, even if any of the biggest challenge comes in between, right? You must never give up on your dreams and try to achieve your dreams. This is one of the good books that I have read, and which made me to read more books, and which has improved my interest to read more books. I always suggest my friends to read this book, so that it also has love story, moral of the story, and the good thing is money related concepts. So it has got many concepts there. So this is one of the good story that I've read. Thank you. Back to you, Sushmita.
Thank you, Raghav. It is, like reading the entire summary of that one good book. You made sure that every important detail is narrated to us. Yes, the one takeaway I had from Alchemist is if you truly desire something, the whole universe comes together and
Yes.
conspires to bring it to you. This is even there in that Shah Rukh Khan's film Om
Yes.
Shanti Om. Yes, if you really want something, the universe plans and works in a way that it brings it to you. Yes, amazing narration, and what a story it is. But do you know the Alchemist was originally a folk tale, which
Yeah.
has inspired our writer to later develop into a complete story. Thank you, Raghav.
Awesome.
Who else do we have? Or should I go next?
Yes, please.
Yes, so I will take my time now. How many of you have read The Trojan War? or Illinois or Odysseus? Yes, I can see Chandra raising his hand. Okay. It will be interesting for all of you to listen to this Greek mythology, and Chandra, a good refresher for you as well, probably. Okay. At the beginning of this particular story, we see there is a city of Troy. It is a very grand city. And the king Priam had one son, Hector, previously, one prince. His wife is now pregnant with the second child. One day, the king has a dream. He dreams that his city is burning. There are chaos everywhere. And so he meets a prophecy teller, a fortune teller, to decipher his dream. What does this mean? Why do I have this dream of my city burning? Then that person prophesies that your second child will be the destruction of Troy. He will lead the city to ashes. You better sacrifice him before all of this happens. Don't forget you are a king. Not only your son, but every subject is your child, and you're responsible for all these lives. The king, though a very compassionate man, cannot put the life of one above all the others in his city, because it is a flourishing, very big city, and there are many subjects to be cared for. So, what he does is he calls his shepherd. As soon as the second child is born, he was named Alexander by his wife. But as soon as he is born, he convinces his wife and gives away the son to the shepherd to kill him, because he couldn't do it himself. He gave it to his shepherd. Now, the shepherd took the boy and left it in the wild and went away. But this thought is haunting our shepherd. He couldn't come to terms that he's left a boy in the wild to die. So he has gone back after 3 days to see what happened of the boy. But to his wonder, the boy is being fed and cared by a bear there. The boy did not die. He is being raised in the wild. So that made it clear to our shepherd that he will not die before age. He will live a full life. And why should he go against the will of gods? Remember, we are reading Greek mythology. They think everything is the will of gods, and if something good happens, it is the will of gods. If something bad happens, it is the anger of gods. Yes. So now he does not want to go against the will of gods, and he takes the boy in his care, names him Paris, and raises him. Now, when the boy who grows with other sons of our shepherd has turned out to be a handsome, muscly, a very good looking man, and he's very strong, skilled archer, and all of it, because though he's being raised in a shepherd family, he still has that royal blood and all of their characteristics in him. So he stood out from all of those men in their community. So now this man, though is very popular for his good looks, for his skill set, is still very innocent, is still very naive, because the training that is given to him is not that something that suits a prince. It's something enough for a living of a shepherd. So one day there is a party going on in the god's palace. Zeus, the king of gods. So there is a party happening in his palace somewhere up in the heavens. And everybody were invited to that party except one, the goddess of discord, the goddess of disagreement, Hermes. That one goddess who creates disagreements, disarguments, who loves fights between people. She's responsible for all the fights we have, Greek people say. Okay, so this particular goddess was not invited to the party. She wanted revenge now because she was not invited. So what she did, there was this particular table where the three most powerful goddesses were sitting and having a meeting. One, goddess of beauty, Aphrodite; two, goddess of wisdom, Athena; and three, Hera herself, the wife of Zeus, the queen. of Mount Olympus. Now, these three queens were sitting at one particular table and talking amicably. Suddenly, an apple falls into their midst. That apple is dropped by the goddess of discord. On that apple is written, "To the most beautiful." Now, the three goddesses, they think of themselves as the most beautiful. Nobody will say, "Yes, I agree, you are the most beautiful, please take it." Definitely not the goddesses. They have their own reputation to keep up to. So now they started arguing. The goddess of discord did her duty. She created a rift. There is a fight happening. She's happy and she left. Now, this is what leads our story to its end, to burning Troy. Before all this, the three goddesses were fighting over that apple. Zeus, the god, the king of the gods, now got angered by their arguments. He said, "Stop fighting amongst yourself, behave like queens, and find an impartial judge to decide who amongst you is the most beautiful." And he sent them down to the earth. Now, these three people landed in front of Paris. Paris is our shepherd prince. Now, each of them make their request. Each of them try to convince him for their oath, beginning with Hera. She says, "I am the queen of Mount Olympus, the most powerful god ever. Give the apple to me, declare me the most beautiful, and I will give to you a palace like Zeus himself. I will make you the richest king there ever is. I will make you the most powerful man living on the planet." Now comes the goddess of wisdom. Athena says, "No matter how many riches you have, if you do not have the heads to deal with it, you will be lost. Give me that apple, declare me the most beautiful, and I will give you a wisdom that matches with no man alive. I will give you an army that will never fail you. I will make sure that your name is etched with glory in history." Now comes the turn of our goddess of beauty, Aphrodite. Now she makes her pitch. She says, "Look at what I am goddess of. You can look at me and tell me I am a goddess of beauty. You don't have to think twice before giving me that apple. You will not be unfair by doing this. But still, if I have to promise you something, I will make sure you earn the love of the most beautiful woman on this planet." And she shows him the vision of Helen. Helen is deemed to be the most beautiful woman there ever was in Greek mythology. Her beauty is not even matched by goddesses, they say. Now, Paris, as we've already discussed, has the skills inherently, but not has the brains because he's not been trained as such. So he sees no interest in the riches or being a king or the palaces, but he fell for the women he just saw. He wanted the love of that one woman and gave that apple to Aphrodite. He declared her the most beautiful, and there began his troubles because he's already married, he has a wife, but still his course, his pathway has changed because he chose goddess Aphrodite. Now, let me take a break here. This is a very lengthy book. I can go on forever and ever because this is one of my most favorites after Mahabharata and Harry Potter. If the three goddesses have ever come in front of you, whom would you choose, Toastmasters? The queen of Olympus, Hera, has riches, palaces, has glory to offer to you. Athena, the queen of wisdom, the queen of warfare, has armies to offer to you, has wisdom to offer to you that will make you the most intelligent ever. Now, Aphrodite, or the goddess of beauty, has beauty to offer to you, can help you find your love or soulmate. Whom would you choose? I'm looking forward for your answers.
Second goddess for me.
You choose Athena, Raghav.
First goddess.
Okay. Bharadwaj chooses, okay, Hera. He wants to be a king, the most powerful there ever is. Chandra, whom would you choose?
Yeah, I'll
Govind
choose
chooses Hera too.
Athena.
Huh?
I'll go with Athena.
Chandra goes with Athena too, yes. Gopinath, whom would you choose? Hera, Athena, Aphrodite.
First goddess.
Hera. Smaran, I hope I haven't bored you with a kind of a lengthy story. If you did listen to it, okay, Balakrishna says Hera too. Smaran, whom would you choose?
Yes, I did listen to the story, but probably the second goddess. I'm not sure.
Athena. Okay. Okay. Gita, whom would you choose? Govind, why did you choose someone else? Why not Aphrodite?
Just heard the word riches. That's it.
But what about the argument that says love is the greatest treasure?
Okay, let's go with all three then.
No, that is past, Sushmita. So whatever has happened, right? Like, so since you asked us like what is our choice, we were telling you. But
Yes, yes,
again,
of course. Of course. I'm just pulling Govind's leg because I wanted to see him married.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yes. So that with that, I conclude my story. And if you ask me, I will definitely choose Hira as well. Because love, I believe we have to find for ourselves if we are lucky. Brains will have to develop ourselves with struggle. But luck, prosperity, and riches, I think, are something that we could earn without being guilty, without that could we will not feel bad if they come to us, freely. Thank you. Who's next? Raghav has finished. I finished. Chandra has finished. Govind, you want to go next?
yeah, but it's been quite challenging task to recall or recreate a story actually because I'm a person who is into self-help books. I've never read a novel or any specific theme like a storybook, I would say. So I'm wondering what story should I deliver right now?
We are open to movie
As
stories too.
movie stories too. Yeah, that would be great, but I don't want to reveal the spoilers of Oppenheimer because I guess there are many enthusiastic audience of and fans of Christopher Nolan, I guess, yeah. As of now, would it be okay if I just say a couple of short stories?
Sure, definitely. Why not? You're
Yeah.
at complete freedom
So
today.
let me just try to. I have a lighting issue. Is it fine if I just proceed like this? The camera stand is not standing. What can I do?
Go on, Govind, not a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So my favorite book is You Can Win, written by Shiv Khera. This book consists of many inspiring short stories and an explanation of what exactly we have learned from this each story. So there are many small short incidences or stories from this book which have kind of inspired me in one way. Out of which few stories I have already said in the sessions of Toastmasters. So I'm just trying to recall something which I haven't told in this Toastmasters meetings. There's one story that has the heading called as Acres of Diamond. So there was a farmer in Africa who was very happy. One day, a wise man came to him and told the glory of diamonds, how diamonds are, what diamonds are, why it is so valuable, and he motivated him to get to know about diamonds, to pursue. And the wise man indeed said that if you had a diamond the size of your thumb, you could own your city. If you had a diamond size of your fist, you could probably own your own country. And then he went away. That night, the farmer could not sleep. He was unhappy and he was discontent. And indeed, he was discontented, and so he was unhappy. The next morning, he made arrangements to sell off his farm. He took his family and went in search of the diamonds throughout Spain, all over Africa, throughout the Europe. He couldn't find anything. In the end, he got broke emotionally, physically, and financially. He got so disheartened, and indeed, in the end, he threw himself into the Barcelona River in Spain and committed suicide. Back at home, the person who had bought his farm from the farmer was watering the camels at the stream that ran through the farm, I would say. Across the stream, there was shiny objects that was shining as the sun's rays hit throughout the morning. And he picked up that small shiny piece and wondered what it was. And that afternoon, wise man came and said, this is what diamond is. And by this, what I would say is that the farmer was searching for diamonds all over the world, but in the end, it was in his own farmland. With this, the author portrayed that when our attitude is right, we realize that we are walking on across lots of diamonds. The grass on the green is always greener on the other side. While we are dyeing the grass on the other side, there are others who are dyeing the grass on our side. They would be happy to trade places with us. When people don't know how to recognize opportunity, they complain of the noise when it knocks. The same opportunity never knocks twice. The next one may be better or worse, but is never the same. So this was one story through which author has made us learn how important it is to be content with what you have. I would improvise and say that there is some talent or skill within you. I would say that is the hidden diamond. Discover that hidden diamond within you. Followed by, there's another short story which is called as David and Goliath. Goliath was someone who was a monstrous personality, and people were all scared to attack him. And then there was David, who tried to hit him, tried to attack him, tried to pelt stones at him. He did his best to fight with Goliath, and in the end, he won. This story of victory of David and Goliath was going on for generations and generations. By the way, what made David think differently from others? Everyone else was running away from Goliath because he was too monstrous. People asked David, "Why are you not afraid of the giant called as Goliath?" He said, "He is not too big to miss. He's so big that we can hit him easily." So he had that different mindset which set him apart from everyone. The learning from this, I would say, is you must have a different attitude. You must think positive. I would link one quote to this story, which I found on the internet. That would be, when there is a storm, all the birds try to find a better place to hide, to cover from the stormy weather, from the rains. But eagle tries to fly high above the clouds where storm is coming. That is the attitude of an eagle. So if you want to win, you all must have a winning attitude or a winning mindset. So these are the two stories which I kind of recall. Over to you, Suspita.
Amazing narration, Govind. Particularly, the grass is always greener on the other side is something I think we should keep telling us ourselves every day to be inspired to do good with what we have, but not cry over what we don't. Yes, very true. The grass is always greener on the other side. Well said. Who's next?
Well, can I go next?
Definitely. Thank you, Smaran.
Well, so this I'm very bad at telling stories or narrating stories. So I would like to tell a real story of a person whose name I would be revealing towards the end of the talk. So this person whom I like the most, and this guy used to be a naughty guy when he was at the school, and many people have used to have a preconceived notion that this person would be fit for nothing once he grows up after his school life, and once he enters college. There are less likely chances that this guy would end up in good college and good job, whatever. So, and by personality, this person used to be adamant, and he used to do whatever he likes, and he used to be do go for such an extent that he will be ready to give up anything and everything to do what he likes to. And surprisingly, what happened was he started liking studies, and fortunately for him, once he has completed 10th, he went on to top his school with almost 96 percentage, and he proved all the preconceived notions of all the teachers, school teachers, wrong. That perceptions should not be developed on an early basis. So finally, after doing with his 10th, so he has landed up in confusion to go for whether to go for MPC or BPC, because these are the only two streams in our Telugu states people know. And may I know if anyone is here is or has opted for MPC or BPC or whichever stream before going next? And how many of you are MPC? Oh, nice. And even this guy, my friend, surprisingly, no, with no surprises, he has opted for MPC. So, and the only things, only colleges preferred at those days were Narayana and Chaitanya. Was any other college preferred by you guys? And can I just see the chat, or if possible, can someone?
Yeah, I chose +1, +2, that is CBSE, 11th and 12th class.
Okay. Which college, may I know? I mean,
It's
Narayana or
called
Chaitanya?
Subhanikethan School in Andhra, in Kakinada.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Cool. So let me proceed further. So this guy has gone to Narayana College, basically a pressure cooker, one of the two pressure cookers. So he at this juncture, when he landed up in his +1, he was feeling very much stressed, looking around the competition, around nearly 200 students surrounding him, and all of them putting in large amount of efforts to top the race. So after 2 weeks of joining this college, he went on to an extreme extent whether to quit his choice of taking MPC or opting any other stream. Well, within 2 or 3 days, he could gather his courage somehow and then started putting in efforts. And he went on to top 11th class in United AP and with a percentage of 99.42. So, yeah, I hope I'm not boring you guys. Please do stop me whenever you guys feel bored. Uh,
Not at all, Maran.
yeah,
Right.
thanks, Raghav. Yeah. So, proceeding further, luckily for him, fortunately for, or probably his efforts would have gone in a right way, and he could, after his 12th class, he could land up in one of the top IITs, and then comes the real challenge for him, for everyone, of course, who has landed up in engineering. So, in the first year, probably the so-called interactions with the seniors. I don't know if you guys have faced it or not. So, the first year was quite a bit tough because in those days, I learned that there were a couple of suicides in his campus, and people of that particular age were a bit frightened and mentally to cope up with their mental health as well. And slowly, after crossing all these mental hurdles, he started enjoying his life with his friends, and slowly he started enjoying the life there. And there comes the next hurdle, the so-called placements. Has anyone of you attended placements and got placed in the campus? May I know?
Yes.
I don't want to ask the company names, but yeah. So probably most of you would have faced those mental tensions and pressure, right? If yes, can someone please raise the hand? Yeah, I hope that Raghav is on the same page. Nice. So finally, he gets placed in one of the top MNCs on the second day of placements, and then he felt that his life is all set and he can launch himself for a bright future ahead. Then there comes the next shock of his life. He suffered cerebral hemorrhage in the next year, and then even before joining, he couldn't get the offer confirmed. So on that particular day, he suffered a sudden headache, and luckily, fortunately for him, there was one of his close friends who rushed him to the nearby ambulance hospitals through ambulance, and he was operated by the chief neurosurgeon of that particular hospital. And though the surgery was successful, he lost sensation in the right part of the body, and entire right side of the body got paralyzed. And then immediately after surgery, it was very difficult for his parents to mentally digest the fact that their son will not be able to lead a normal life as anyone else surrounding him. And then it was almost like an end of life for him after he realized that this situation will not be normal for him like everyone else surrounding him. So it was even more tougher for him to digest the fact that the company where he got placed has revoked the offer, realizing that this person will not be physically fit to perform the job. That is when his father came to his rescue. His father just said one thing: "Why don't you consider this, tell your heart this, son, instead of telling the life why me, just say life that try me." So hearing this two words, he started to gather his strength and started to continue his physical rehabilitation at three places in India: Chennai, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. So once he completed his advanced rehabilitation and he started to search for job opportunities in his native place. So being the early phase of recession, he couldn't find any suitable job opportunities which suits his profile and in areas of interest. And this is the point where he needed some more mental strength. Then his father came to his rescue and said a couple of other words. He said, "Son, when going gets tougher, the tougher gets going. It's up to you to decide whether you are tough or not." So, gathering all his strength and mental courage, he started to look out for opportunities which he might be interested in. Then his father suggested, why not try for civil services examination preparation, which he earlier had an intention of. This sounded interesting for this person, but now his right side of the body is paralyzed. He cannot be able to write because he is a dominantly right-handed person. So then there came his mother for his rescue. His mother, who has given up studies after marriage, which is more than 25 years, started said that she'll be writing. She is willing to write his exam if he dictates. Then all with all this physical support system in the form of his father, mother, and sister, this guy has started preparing for civil services examination. And as expected, he could clear the examination and has been allotted in an administrative service in the 2022 batch. And this person is in front of you all talking. And right now, I've been allocated Anakapalli district for training, and so I'm right now in Anakapalli. And the college which I studied was in IIT Madras. So I hope I did not bore you guys. Yeah, up for comments.
Not at all, not at all, Smaran. It was very, very inspirational. When you were describing your educational status, I thought it's definitely you, no doubt, coming back from there. But when you were talking about cerebral palsy and all, I was like, oh God, now I should wait to listen who he is talking about. Really very inspirational. Two things I take away: not why me, it's try me. And when the going gets tough, only the tough gets going. Yes, very true. Very well said, Smaran. And hearty congratulations on your achievements. So proud to have you here today.
Yeah, there is another reason for me to join the club to meeting today, which I would like to discuss with Raghav after the meeting is done.
Sure, Smaran, we'll connect after this meet.
Bharadwaj, do you want to go next? VPPR. I turned off his camera. Balakrishna, do you want to try?
Hi to everyone. I think I'm audible to everybody. Good evening to everybody. This was the first time I was being here for the meeting, and my friend suggested for the meeting to join here, and I would be very happy seeing you all gathering in the meeting. To be honest, I was in a little bit of nervous speaking, but yeah, I was very fond to sort of stories and everything, and mostly mostly I read a lot of stories, but I was not experienced to how to share. But there's a small kind of story which I can share you to everybody. I think it would be some like there's a son and the father who has been his father is a farmer from his childhood, and he kept a lot of money on his son's education, and he was very good at studies when he was in his father's home. So he got a rank in the district level. So he then got into the degree college. With, so he, as he got the as he got the district rank, he was got his college seat out of their state, so he went on other state. So as he was gone to the other state, he was being out. He was not in a good relationship with his father. Because as his father wanted to work here, right? So he need to get some money, and the father has to work in his own village. And then as he was son out of his village and out of his with father relationship, so he was been enjoying with the not studying in the college. He was with the friends and everybody. So every time his father calls to him how he was studying, he would say like that, I was studying very good and I'm getting a lot of marks. And he was saying like, yeah, I'm doing very good. He would say every time I will get a first rank, I will get a first rank. I think I'm not boring, right? I think I'm getting everybody right. Yeah. So then he said his father like, oh, he was very happy how he was saying to him. So for the holidays he came to the village to his father's house. So his father asked him how he was studying and everything, all the day how he talks with his son through the phone. So then but the father was not very much believed or not very much found that his father thought like he was lying or something. So he just want to check his son how he was studying in the other state or other in his college. So he got some books to study in the holidays in his house with his father. So when he was out for the playing cricket, so his father kept the 500 rupees notes in every book of his books while he was going before the next day. Before the next day, he was supposed to go to the college, finishing the holidays. So his father, by the night before the night, he kept 500 rupees notes in every each book. So he packed up every book and put it in his bag. So he just gave him the bag. The next day morning, he went on the train, and and the day and the college starts from the next day. He was out of and he was gone to the college. After a week, his son called to his father and said like, father, I need a money to pay the hostel, so could you please help me with that rupees of 20,000 or how much I can pay. So his father said like, it will take a one week time, so please wait for some time, he said. So it's passing the days. Every day he was calling his father like, dad, I said you like send some money, so I need to pay the hostel fees and everything. I need to buy books and everything. He was continuously arguing with his father, sending money, sending money, sending money. So his father asking the only thing that to his son is, are you reading your books? Are you taking out your books every day? So he's saying like, yeah, every day I'm taking the books and I'm reading the books every day he's saying. So then, and the son was very exhausted and he was so frustrated at one day. And he was seriously arguing with his father like, I need somehow money, so please could you please send, or I'll come out of the college and I leave the college, he said. So then father, he opened his words and said like, when you came to our house, I kept a 500 notes in every each of your book. So I thought you were reading and you were saying like you were reading every day. But if you could once open the books and see to read, you would get a 500 rupees note, and that could be a fees for your these days, he said. So the point of the story is we might lie of our parents or to mighty God, everybody, but we can't lie or we can't disrespect ourselves, right? So I learned such a this small thing from this story, and I think it would be great inspiring to everybody.
Amazing,
Thank you.
Balakrishna. I like the character of the father, especially. I think we can try it on our kids, whoever has them and whoever is going to have them in future. This is a very wise way of understanding if they are really reading. What say, Govind and Bharadwaj? Should we try this? Put money in your books
Yeah,
and see if you will pay fees. See, Govind is
yeah,
confident, Bharadwaj. See,
that's a very good strategy, I would say.
true that. If it's really your money's worth, you will find it in your books already. Amazing. Thank you, Balakrishna. Bharadwaj, we're
Thank
waiting
you
to
so much.
listen to your story. Don't be shy. It could be short, long, your own, inspired, read, listen, anything.
I don't read these stories.
Okay, you've been a Toastmaster for quite a few years, but we've listened to only your icebreaker speech, so repeat something from your previous speeches.
I have only given the icebreaker
For the last
from
2 years,
past
you
2
haven't
years.
given one speech?
This is the repeated one.
Okay. Bharadwaj, any incident from your life? Before I talk to Geeta and come back to you, be ready with an experience if you don't have a story. Okay?
Maybe Bharatwaj, share your last accident which you shared with us.
Okay, I will.
Geeta, can we listen to your story, please?
Ma'am, I don't know that much stories, ma'am.
You can call me Sushmita. And Geeta, you could tell anything you like. You've listened to all of us. They are random stories. There is no theme. There is no need of original content. Or it could be original. It's your choice. Today we are at liberty to talk whatever we like. It's a story night. Anything you've heard, anything you wanted to tell, life event, read from a book, a movie story. I very well tell movie stories. I'll take full credits for narrating a movie story. My friends say they don't have to watch the movie because I show them visuals when I tell them of a movie story. Bharadwaj, applicable to you too. You can't find something, come up with a movie story. Geeta, I'm not going to push you, but I think you will enjoy telling out a story. You will enjoy this experience.
Okay, actually, I have seen a movie yesterday. That is 1 minute. Let me remember the movie name. I don't remember.
You watched it yesterday, Bharadwaj.
Yeah, it was a Mission Impossible Part 1. It all it is all about a key. The starting is the hero and heroine are friends. Actually, they will roam here and there. While roaming, they will see a key, and after seeing it, they will take. And after taking, while going to home, already the policemen are looking for that key. So they will chase and they will kill the enemy. Sorry, the villain and the policeman, and the key will be with them only. With this, I will conclude. Over to you.
Thank you, Bharadwaj. You made your Mission Impossible possible. Thank you. Geeta, one story, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Any story.
If you want to tell me a story, I'll tell a story about a woman.
Sure. Please go on.
And I think it's quite boring, but it's inspiring. Sorry, inspiring. Okay, then I'll start the story. There is a woman. She's the elder one in the family, and she has two sisters and one brother. Brother is elder than her, and she was good at studying. She completed her 10th standard with good marks. In the olden times, we called it matriculation or something like that. And she got the first class in that. Later, she wants to continue her studies and she wants to do higher than that. But her mother said that why would women need a studies? And then she stopped her studies. At the age of 17, she got married with a man who is a good looking man and he's a good person also. And later, after, and all it is going good. At the age of her 26, her husband passed away. he left with her with a house and 2 children and a lot of loan. And she struggled a lot. After her husband passed away, all the relatives left her, and who have the connections with her all left her. And someone pointed her with the wrong words and the bad words, and she's really very emotional about to take that words. After this journey, she decided that she wants to show that those 2 children will. I don't know how to narrate the stories.
Geeta, you're going brilliant. Please go on.
Okay, I don't get the words also how to set that story. Okay, let me continue. If it has mistakes, okay, I learned it. And she decided to prove that those 2 children will get a good position after they grow. And it was all happening after her husband passed away. After 6 months, her daughter leg got burned by pulling off the hot water, and she don't know what to do. And she's very young also, and she was thinking what to do. And then she started that sending his sons to a school and work somewhere and get that money and treated her daughter like. And it was all happening. And when she took her daughter to the doctor, and the doctor said we have to remove that daughter leg because it was all burnt, all the skin was died, all the something is happened. But she was like in the state. Past 6 months her husband passed away, and within the 6 months her daughter leg got like burnt, and the doctor said the leg has to remove. And she got in shock, what to do. And her mother suggested her that there is a medicine which is helped her. And the age of the daughter was 11 years old, and she don't know what to do. And later she took the suggestion of her mother, and she did a lot of service to her daughter. And after the 1 month, she recovered, and her daughter started dancing, and she started go to play around with the remaining kids. And she used to work as a household works. And then later she decided to do the work which his husband left. He used it to run a business, and she want to continue that business. So she started continue that business and do all the work. And after this struggle, there is some family situations came up. They said we need this house, we can't leave this house. Somewhat some family situations are came up. But she is the only woman who go to the police station, who go to the law, court and everything. She's the only woman. She has no support. And her daughter and son's age was like daughter was 11 and the son was 13. She stand up, and you know that that woman said opposite to like a strong man, around 6 to 7 members. And she answered to all of them, and she proved that she didn't do anything wrong. She was stand for house, and she got that house. And later this was all happening, her son got graduated. Again some struggle happened. Here, will he get a job or not? But his son got a job in Bangalore, and now he's settled there. And after this happened, her child got graduated, and again the question mark what she will do. And again she got a job, good job, and she is also getting settled. And now she's proved that even a woman can raise the children in a good way. And she proved that women, if there is no support from anyone, women can stand on their own leg. And she again proved that a woman need no one's help. And that's my story.
Very inspiring, Geeta. Very inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing it with all of us. Sai Kumar.
The last story for the meeting.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Since everybody in the room has finished telling their stories, I must firstly applaud all of your efforts coming out of your comfort zones and randomly giving us a story and entertaining and also enlightening us. Thank you so much. At this juncture, I would also like to say I'm very thankful that I've got the story night idea and we were able to execute it, of course, with all your help and participation. And we took part in it. There is not just entertainment, there is not just inspiration, but there is also a lot of experience that one could gain from listening to all your stories. When we live a life, we see only one life, but we listen to another's, we gain the experience of all those we listen to. So this meeting particularly has been very enriching and very fulfilling. Thank you everybody once again. And now, Bharadwaj, please run the polls. I personally would want to declare each story the best and each storyteller the best. But because we've committed and promised something at the beginning, I would ask our host to run the polls once.
Can you please help me out with this? Okay, got it, got it.
Great.
Only one best speaker, right?
No, you put down all the speakers' names. People can choose one or two. Let them have more than one option.
Okay. Yeah,
I
already
don't think
started.
this is the one. This is not the one, Bharadwaj.
Okay.
You have to make a new poll. This one is an old one.
Give me a few minutes.
Sure.
Oh, this is also the old one.
Not this one. You will have to make a brand new one. None of the old ones will work. We have new speakers today. We do not have the old speakers
So, can
today.
you please help me out with this? How can I do? I'm not that accurate in Zoom.
I know, I know. Can you share the host access?
Yeah, for sure.
Meantime, the floor is open for networking, talking, for sharing with us your experience, particularly guests. I would request each of you to come forward and tell us how you felt being a part of this meeting.
Well, yes, I was a part of Toastmasters Club maybe around 6 years ago. May I know right now who all are the XCOM members right now in the meeting?
President.
Yeah, obviously I thought so. And
Sushmita is
VPM
president, Bharatwaj
membership.
is VPPR, and
Oh,
myself VP membership.
so 4 XCOM members, huh?
Uh,
Oh,
there
Yes,
are many, but only three
they
are
no,
didn't
right
get
now
available
in the
run.
in
meeting
this
there are.
meet. We have our ex EC member Govind as well in the meet, so he can help also.
Okay.
This is an old poll, Bharadwaj.
Yeah, already given the co-host access. You can do, I guess.
Okay.
So, well, how many members are there in the XCOM right now? Like, has the structure of XCOM changed? I heard that there are new rules for the Toastmasters Club after that. In the recent past, the rules have been changed. May I know the rules?
President, it's your turn.
About what, Bharadwaj? To answer his question, I was about to.
Yes, to answer his question.
Of course, I'll do that. Okay, Smaran. So, right now in the XCOM, we have one president, VP Education, VP Membership, VP PR, and then we
Yeah,
have a treasurer, secretary, and a
and
sergeant at
subject.
arms.
So yeah, this was the same structure. Actually, I've served as BP Education and president of my club. back then.
Hmm.
So there were 7 ExCom members along with one IPP, right?
Immediate past president, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I've talked to Mamta over call.
Yes. Now, this you must know that all of us are pretty new to the club.
Oh,
Maybe in the existing XCOM, I am the most senior because I've completed 1 year exactly with this August coming in.
okay.
Rest
Are
all
the
of
ISC being conducted? International speech contests?
yes, they are conducted. I was there in the district final. I lost it there, but
Nice.
I landed there. Yes.
Nice. So how is the structure like now? The club and above club goes area and above area goes the division, right? How's the structure right now? Can you just
Same club, area, division, and district.
okay? So there are around 100 districts, 100 or 102.
This I'm not sure of because right now our district is 126. So definitely there have to be more.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe just to answer Smaran, like I have been a past Toastmaster as well. I just resumed my journey again. So the
Okay.
structure is exactly the same. So probably you might have attended earlier, say the CC path and CL path. That's what like we
Yeah, I
used.
have completed my 5 CCs and CLs. I think I would have done 9 CLs
Right. So
earlier when I was TM Toastmaster.
that's the only change, Smaran. Like so, it got dismantled, and then they moved to a new pathways. That's what they are referring right now. So pathways like have certain paths where like we have each module, and we need to choose like what interests us, like, and we need to complete them. Example can be the presentation mastery or the dynamic leadership. So you have that liberty to choose. Like say when you join as a member again, so you have that liberty to choose like what interests you, and then there will be certain 5 levels like in each module again. Example for presentation mastery. So it has certain goals like similar to CC and CL. So you have for level 1, so 5 projects are there. So same way for level 2, level 3, level 4. So you have electives to choose, and you can complete that module. Once you are done with that module, then you can offer a second module and then continue your journey. That's how like say there is a new change that happened, except that like say from executive committee point of view, or like say the way it is structured to be like clubs, areas, districts, division, these all remain same.
Okay, the administrative structure hasn't changed. Only the CCCL part has been modified. That is what you're trying to say, right?
Learning, the way that we are learning has changed. That's the only
Yeah,
difference.
yeah. The technical part has changed. That's it.
Right. They give more specific scope for everyone who wanted to specialize, like say in leadership, like or like in specific communication.
Speaking.
They gave that liberty, and yeah, it's up to us. Like say we can generically choose, and specifically like you can pick that module and get ourselves like better in that particular part.
And back then, when I was in Toastmaster, there was a criteria like we'll have to complete minimum 6 CC manuals to participate in ISC contest. Do you have any idea about that?
Maybe
Is
if
that
I got to right, like say you are referring about participating in the speech contest, that
yeah,
use
international speech?
criteria. Maybe they might be having here as well, like say that you need to complete a minimum of level 1 or so. So maybe Sushmita or Raghav, if you are aware, like please to comment
Yes,
on.
this year it is the level 2.
Okay.
Okay,
A completion of level 2 in a pathway is your eligibility criteria.
okay.
Oh, thanks for that.
So, before you guys carry on with this discussion, I would request all of you to please DM me your option of the wise of the better speaker today, of the better storyteller today. Because as I said, we're very new, pretty new to this term, and even I'm not able to rearrange these polls. But I promise by next meeting we'll learn how to do this.
I can help you with that, Sushmita.
Can you, Chandra? Thank you so much. Should I give you the host access?
Yeah, if you can give me the host access,
Yes,
like
we'll do that, of course.
for you. Yeah.
Bharadwaj, you are the host. Please give the host access to
Sure,
Chandra.
sure.
Yeah, you can right click and then there is an option to make as a host, Bharadwaj. If you go to the rightmost top, select on my name and then make me as a host. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think like you guys carry on. Like I believe I can quickly in a minute. Like I can do that one.
Yes, yes, please. Smaran, thank you for sharing so much with us, and we're looking forward to having you back in our team again.
Well, I would obviously be interested because I was a part of a such club in my college. I was a member for almost 2 years, and I was also ex-com member too. So yeah, I would be looking forward to be a part of the club if time permits. So the schedule
Oh,
is quite
he
tricky
is a
for us.
past member of our club.
He's a past member of his college club.
Oh, okay. I thought in our club.
Sai Kumar, we still have time if you want to share a story with us. Or if you just want to share your experience of how this meeting has been.
Why don't all guests introduce themselves to the meet?
Balakrishna, we request you to share your experience of being here tonight.
After hearing Smaran's story,
Yeah.
he said the twist that it was the story of himself. So I assume that I hope Sai Kumar and Balkrishna are not the celebrities they themselves have come here.
Yes, Balakrishna is here.
Yeah.
No, I was the story legend in a church where it's an example and rooted for the Bible scripture. So it was a very inspiring story every time I just refresh the story with them every morning. Yeah, usually as youngsters, we are as youngsters, we obviously in the school, we lose our paths in a different way, right? And that really haunted me and really that's what. And I think I really, it's a great experience having with you all up to this time. The first time I have been given a speech through the Zoom call, or yeah, it's been quite surprisingly. I was surprised by myself. I really thank my friend who was supported me for this to join, and looking forward for such a great surprising things having through this. And really thank everyone who supported me, and really thanking everyone for this.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
that's
joining.
it.
It was a very nice story. And please tell us which friend suggested to you so that we'll give him credits and say thank you.
I, I think this is he was in the group right now. Sai Kumar, his name is.
Oh, thank you, Sai Kumar.
And Sushmita, like one quick update. See, since I joined from my Gmail, right? Like so, it's a basic Zoom. It is not
Mhm.
allowing me to create a poll. So maybe let's go with the option of which you
Yes,
suggest.
yes, yes.
I just found that one. I thought like maybe similar to our organization account, it will be giving me an option to create
Ha
that.
ha ha.
It didn't. Yeah.
Here the polls are pre-existing, but editing them is, I think, a different task.
No, I think maybe that admin should be having that access. Like so, since though I'm the host here, right? Like I'll not be able to access your reports page. You
Oh,
get it. Like, yeah. I think you
yes,
can.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
Kindly send me or DM me your choice of a better storyteller, of a good story today, so that we'll declare him and certificate will be given to them as the best storyteller today. Oh, I see a majority, and somebody is being very partial. Yes, yes, I got 4 votes, 5 with me. I need 4 more, please. Smaran, your vote, please.
Yeah, I'm casting the vote. So yeah.
Bharadwaj, vote. Balakrishna, could you please vote? Oh, you sent me a WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. And who else? Balakrishna, we're waiting for yours and Geeta's oats. Sai Kumar too. Geeta, Sai Kumar, and Balakrishna, please vote. You have 15 more seconds. 1, 2. Thank you, Balakrishna. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Geeta, Sai Kumar, kindly vote. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So here we close the voting. But brilliant job, all of you. Fantastic. I am super proud that we pulled it off. There are so many stories to listen to and be inspired from. But when it comes to the voting, Smaran has 3 and I have 3. And yes, of course, my vote I haven't counted. My vote goes to you as well, Smaran. So you are winning this. Congratulations, storyteller of the day, and the best story is yours tonight. Yes. Okay. Let me officially conclude this meeting by telling a big thank you to all of you for joining us and making this possible and happening. Had it been only the 3-4 of us, it would not have been half interesting as today is. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you all in our next meeting as well. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Balakrishna, very nice meeting you. Please join in our future meetings as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.